Howdy, and welcome back to the Dice Cast. I'm your host, Nick, joined by your other host, Alex, this time. And we've got the string of new battle tomes continues.
Yes,
Fast and Furious. So you've got one of your favorite armies finally got a glow up.
Yep.
Updated rules.
Yeah, the Seraphon. I'm very excited to play with this new book.
Sure.
I don't know if I'm gonna love it or I'm gonna just really love it.
Sure. That old book had so much play for so long. There were so many different incarnations of armies you could do. Feels like the new book has some of that same feeling. We'll see how the strength level is compared to that old book, which was so dominant.
Yeah. Rest in peace to a few resin models, but
sure.
It'll be nice to get them out with a new book.
Absolutely. And then I'm playing Soulblight. It's our second Soulblight bat rep with the new army. Kastelai this time, much more elite than last time than that Beer Coast list, but it's got some real punch, and I think it'll have some real play. I at first didn't like what happened to the Kastelai army in this new book, but as I thought about it more and did more list building, I started to really kind of fall in love with it too. So
sometimes you got to ruminate on it. You know?
do. We'll see how it goes tonight. Let's get into the list. So that Kastelai list that I'm so excited about tonight has Prince Vordry himself as a War Master General, so my second general in this list. He's really punchy, and he brings the ability to transfer the buffs from Kastelai to another unit. I think that's really important now in the new Kastelai. My general is a Necromancer, and he's got the Crimson Keep, so he's going to allow my Blood Knights to Deep Strike. He knows the Waste Away spell, and then he's got the Griffeather Charm. I wasn't really enamored with any of the artifacts in Kastelai on a non-combat hero like this one. So I just took the 5 board. I figured that'll be useful. And then for my units, I've got 10 Blood Knights, 5 Blood Knights, and 2 20s of zombies. 3 Vargeist that can also Deep Strike. And then a unit that I've fallen in love with, the Askergan True Blades in a reinforced block. They are really, really interesting. They can hand out fights last. And because they're vampires, they can get all the buffs from Kastelai. So I think they're going to be key here. They're in the Galatian Veterans, so they can fight in 2 ranks along with one of the zombies. And then everything else is in a bat reg.
So today I'm bringing the Starborn. I didn't play a whole lot of Starborn in the last book, but this book they seem like they've gotten better. A little Zinchian as far as their summoning goes. So I'm bringing a very magic heavy list. I'm not sure how it's going to go, but we're going to give it a try. So I have Lord Kroak. He's a War Master, so he counts as a general. And then I have a Slan Starmaster as my general. He has Lord of Celestial Resonance, which gives you 2 summoning points as opposed to 1 when you cast and unbind and dispel. And then I have, he has the Comet's Call and Fueled by Gurish Rage. I have another Slan, which is a lot of casting. And he has the Space Folder's Stave, which will let me summon a unit per turn within 7 instead of within 9. And then he has Stellar Tempest on him. Then I have a Skink Oracle on Trogodon with the Stegodon Helm, which will give him +1 to save. And he has Cosmic Crush as his spell. It's another mortal wound per models in the army roll spell. And then I have the Astrolith Bearer to give them +1. Then for my battle line, I have 2 units of guard to help protect those, 2 units of 5, and a unit of 10 skinks as a screen. And then I have a Bastiladon with Arc of Sotek, because it kind of buffed up his close combat profile, and he no longer brackets, so he'll be on a 2-up save forever until he dies. And then I brought Chronomantic Cogs to help reroll those casts. All of the Slan, the Skink Oracle, and a unit of Skinks are in Warlord, and the rest of it's in a Battle Regiment. So today we're playing Path of a Champion. This is a 4-objective battle plan. Our territories are going to be the table quarters, like opposite table quarters. And at the start of our hero phase, if any friendly Galatian champions are contesting an objective, that's wholly outside your territory, you pick 2 battle tactics to complete in that turn instead of 1. You can pick 2. And then score 1 if you control 1, 1 for 2, and 1 for more. And then 2 for each battle plan.
There's a really neat interaction here with the new Seraphon book where you get to heroic action teleport. So if you teleport a Galatian champion onto an objective, you can do that before you pick your battle tactic. You'll be able to pick 2 that way. It's kind of cute.
Yes. Unfortunately, I don't think, like you said earlier, either of us have any champions we really want to hang out to dry.
We want to talk about it.
Yeah. But we'll see how it goes.
For deployment here, I've got a few different deep strike options, so I really leaned on them. I've got the ability to deep strike my Blood Knights from my Necromancer's command trait. I've got the ability to deep strike my zombies from the grave sites because they're summonable, and then I've got the ability to deep strike the Vargeists from their war scroll. So I took advantage of all of those. I've got a few units up in the sky as a result: 20 zombies, 3 Vargeists, and 5 Blood Knights that aren't on the table yet. But then I really just centralized power. I pushed forward really aggressively, knowing that Alex's army doesn't really want to be in combat. I know he's got the ability to teleport and do some deep striking behind me. I'm really going to be pushing forward toward the objectives to try to get a dominant control of them early on.
I did the exact opposite. I stayed as far back as possible in my little cluster because I know I can teleport up the board and potentially influence the board state through the Troglodyte. So I wanted to get some space around there.
Well, I did beat you on drops here, Alex, and I don't think this is going to come as any kind of surprise. I'm going to make you go first here. So good luck, sir.
Good luck. I feel like I knew I was going first.
So we've got Seraphon, top of 1.
Okay, for my turn 1 battle tactic, I am going to pick Desecrate Their Lands, and I'm going to try to grab that terrain piece in the back corner.
Archway back here.
Yes. And then I am going to use the heroic action spatial translocation to pick up a Starborn unit and set it up again outside of 9.
Sure.
And we are going to take my Troglodyte. We are going to set them up back here. I am going to get a Celestial Power Point for Kroak, for the Slan, for the other Slan, for the Astrolith Bearer, and for the Troglodyte. That will start me off at 5. So, and then we will attempt to get extra command points from both Slan and Kroak. We're rolling at the same time. Everything's on a 4-up. I get an extra command point. So I get 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 extra command points. And I will take them gladly.
Puts you up to 6. Not too bad.
Not too bad for a turn 1.
My heroic action here is going to be to try to get a command point with my Vordrai, and I don't.
Okay.
So I have a measly 3 to your 6.
We are going to cast with the General Slan. We are going to attempt to cast the Cogs. This goes off on a 6. He has a +1 from himself and a +1 from the Astrolith Bearer.
Sure.
So looking for a 4. And I get it on a 6, 7, 8.
Goes off.
So, and with that Cogs, I am going to decrease the flow of time, letting me reroll my casting rolls. And because I got that with the Slan, that'll give me another 2 points.
Sure.
Then we are going to cast Comet's Call. So this will go off on a 7.
Really looking for the 10 up here if you can get it, but
Yeah.
A 9? 9's pretty good.
9's not bad. I'll keep the 9. I don't want to lose it. So we will look for D3 units to take mortal wounds for 3. So I'm going to do the Necromancer up front for D3 for 1.
Okay, he's got a 4-up pass off for the zombies. He will fail the pass off, so he will take 1.
And then on the True Blades, they will take 3 currently.
Okay. 6-up ward. They are going to take all 3. That's going to kill 1.
And then D3 onto Vordrai for 2.
Okay. 6-ups. Going to take both of those.
Okay. And because that went off, I get another 2 points.
Sure.
And then we're going to cast Celestial Equilibrium. This goes off on a 6, so this will be a 4 on dice. And I get a 4 on dice.
Okay.
So Celestial Equilibrium goes off. It gets +1 to every other caster, or every other one of my wizards.
Sure.
So, and then I go up to 11 on the Celestial Conjuration point. So I'm going to move on to the next slam. He's going to cast Stellar Tempest. He's going to cast it through the Trogodon onto the zombie unit.
Sure.
Looking for a 5 on dice. And I get a 5.
Okay.
So you have 20 there?
Yep, there's 20 in the unit.
Okay, so each 5 up is a mortal wound. 6 mortal wounds currently.
Okay, 6 ups. And going to fail all those, take 6 dead zombies.
Then he's going to cast Shield of the Old Ones. Casting value of 7. That goes off in a 6, 7, 8. And he has a 4-up ward against mortals.
Okay.
And then he will cast Mystic Shield.
Got with Room to Spare.
Yep. And he will put that onto the Trogodon.
Okay.
I'm going to cast from Kroak now. He's going to cast Celestial Deliverance through the Trogodon.
Sure.
This is, Kroak is going to be +4. 2 from himself, Astral's Bearer, and then the Celestial Equilibrium. And last cast is going to be with the Trogodon.
Sure.
He's just going to cast Arcane Bolt.
Okay.
And he gets it on a 9.
Sounds good. I will try to unbind that one. That's the only one I'm in range of, so Vordry will try to block it, and does not. It goes off.
Okay. So he is Arcane Bolted. So at the end of my hero phase, I did get 19 Celestial Power Points. I didn't fail any casts, and I lucked out with everything else.
Seems pretty good.
Yeah, not bad. That's the end of my hero phase.
Okay.
Nice and quick, easy. And then we'll go to movement.
Sounds good.
So for my movement phase, I brought the guard up to be able to take the objective in front of me. In the back by the Trogodon, I brought the Bastillodon in from the sky for Dracothian's Tail. And then I did bring the Kroxigor in with the Space Folder Stave, which lets me deploy him inside of 7, or outside of 7 of the enemy, so that I'm able to kind of screen out my Trogodon as best as I can. It's not foolproof because you do have 3-inch reach with one of your attacks, but you know, it does help. So then we go to shooting phase. I am going to shoot the Trogodon into Vordry. Sure. Just because I do get the potential to do mortal wounds on 6s to hit. So there's going to be 3 attacks, 3s and 3s. 6s do 2 mortal wounds. No 6s, 2 hits though. And 3s to wound, 2 wounds. No rend, 2 damage each.
3 ups on Vordry, and he's going to make both of them.
Awesome. Bastillodon has his Meteoric Javelins. They're 8-inch range, so I'm out of range of that. So that should be all my shooting this turn.
Okay, charges.
Yep, go to charges. So we are going to attempt to charge with the Bastillodon. I have lots of command points, so no reason not to try it twice.
Yep.
Bastillodon.
9.
That's a 9. And I don't want to charge the Kroxigor. I don't want to charge the other guy who can't charge over them. End of the charge phase, we are going to attempt to stomp the Necromancer.
Okay.
This would be on a 2-up, which I get for D3 for 2.
Okay, 2 4-up pass-offs. And he's going to pass off 1 and take 1, so he's going to die. And the zombie will have it 6-up. It makes it, so the zombie survives. Small victories. And that does mean that you've got to stay at least as close to the zombies.
Yep. And piling?
Into combat, yeah.
Okay, so we are going to send everything into Vordry.
Okay. I'm going to all-out defense.
I can't do all-out attack because I am outside of 12 of the Trogodon, but that's okay.
Yeah.
I got 20 attacks. Hopefully I can do something. This is going to be 20 attacks, hitting on 4s. 6s to hit, do mortal wounds. Okay. So 2 6s and 5 total hits.
I'll do the 6 ups. Okay, so he takes 2.
And then these are wounding on 3s for 3 of them.
Okay.
No run.
Okay, 3 2 ups with the all out defense, and we're gonna make all those.
Okay. And then 3 bludgeoning tails. These are 3s and 3s. 1 hit and 1 wound. -1 on this one.
Okay, 3 up, and he fails that.
This is D3.
Okay.
How many wounds do you have left?
He's got 3 left.
Oops. There's 3.
Need a 6 up here, or Vordry dies, and I did not get the 6 up. Unlucky.
That is rough.
There's 8 of them left in the unit, and these are going to be 5s and 4s. So 16 total attacks. And just 1 at no range.
Okay, this is going to be a 2 up, and we're good. So that will end.
I've got a battle shock with the zombies. I don't have any heroes left, so I can't actually issue Inspiring Presence to them, so they're going to have to roll. They lost 12. I got a 4, so that is going to be 6 more that run.
Okay, so end of my turn. I do hold the one in my deployment zone, and I hold the one in your deployment zone. So I hold 1, hold 2, hold more, and I do get my battle tactic for holding the terrain back there.
Sounds good. It's going to make it real rough for me here with Vordry having died. I really thought that he would survive that, and he didn't, right? I flubbed the save there when it really mattered. You got the 3, and he dropped. I thought he could make it through. I thought about finest houring him at the beginning, but I'm not sure it really would have mattered because of all the mortal wounds. And, just not screening him out really kind of punished me there. But, that's how it goes. If he survives with that 1 wound, he gets to fight back. The hunger starts healing him up, and things look really good, really differently, I think, on my side. But here we are. We're behind the 8 ball already, so we'll see what we can do. For my battle tactic here, I'm going to pick Expand to the Grave Empires. I complete it if I control 2 or more objectives wholly outside my territory, and each of those objectives is contested by a friendly summonable or vampire unit. And then I don't get a heroic action because I have no heroes.
For my heroic action, I am going to attempt to get a command point from the Troglodyte, which I do.
Okay. I don't have anything else in my hero phase. Everything I do have is gone here, so we can get into movement right away.
After heroic actions, I do want to try to dispel my cause.
Sure, go for it.
I'll be doing this with my General Slan.
Makes sense.
That's a 4 and a 1. That does not go off. I'm just +1, so I get to a 6, which is what it's cast on.
Okay, it'll stay out there. Movement phase here, I'm obviously in a bit of a pickle, but I do have some recourse here. I've got a lot of combat power that I'm going to be able to bring to bear into some things that doesn't necessarily punch back the hardest. So I'm going all in on the castle. I've got 5 Blood Knights and 3 Vargeists lined up over there, and then I tagged the other objectives with a summoned block of zombies, or my deep struck block of zombies rather. And then the True Blades are really specialists at monster killing. They've got a distilled on in their sights. No shooting to worry about here. We'll just get into charges. I'm going to attempt with the True Blades first. And they're in on a 9.
They are very in.
Going to charge then with the big block of Blood Knights. And they are in on a 5. Next up with the unit of 5 Blood Knights going to attempt to charge. They need a 9. And they are not going to get it. I am going to spend a command point here to reroll this one. And they got it on a 9, so they are in. So when the Blood Knights finish their charge there, they can just tiptoe over the Source Guard, and they'll do D3 mortal wounds. Yes. So yes, they do mortal wounds, and they do 3 mortal wounds. Next up, we'll roll with the Vargeists. They need a 9 as well. No rerolls available. They're not going to make it. They just got a 5, so they're stuck where they are. That's all of my charges. We've got some monstrous actions.
Okay, so the Bastillodon is going to attempt to roar the True Blades. On a 3, they are roared.
Okay.
We will stomp with the Troglodon.
Okay.
2 up for D3 for 1.
6 up. They'll take. Yeah, they'll save it. The True Blades get to try to hand out fights last to the Bastillodon, and normally it's a 4 up, but then it's +1 for each Curse Blood in the unit. I've got 2, so this is going to be a 2 up. The Bastillodon is going to be fighting last, so I can delay that Askergon activation. So my first activation is actually going to be with the big block of Blood Knights. I'm going to try to clean up some Kroxigor. I'm only going to get 4 of the Blood Knights in here. Alex has done a nice job of really boxing them out here. But that is going to be 12 attacks, and they are going to be -1 to hit. I am going to spend for all-out attack here to cancel out that -1 to hit. So these are going to be on 3s and 3s.
Yep. And I'm going to spend a command point here for all-out defense.
Makes sense. So we've got 12 attacks here on 3s and 3s. 3s to wound. That is going to be 6 at -2.
6 at -2, that puts me on a 6 up, and then with the +1 on a 5 up.
Sure.
5 up save. I save 2 of them.
Okay, they are 2 damage each on the charge.
Okay. That is 2 Kroxigor gone.
Okay. And then they've got the mount attacks. I'm only going to get 9 of the mounts in. They're only 1 inch reach. So these are going to be 4s and 4s. -1 to hit, +1 to hit again. That is going to be 3 at no rate.
3 ups. Save 2, failed 1.
Okay, just 1 inch. Okay. And then at the end of the combat phase, that will confer a bonus to the Blood Knights, but not yet. And then it is your activation, and the Bastillodon cannot go yet.
Yep. That only leaves one thing to really do. In an attempt to keep you away from my castle of goodies, I am gonna go with the warriors or the guard.
Temple Guard, sure.
Yes, the oldies but goodies. So they have 2 inch range, so everything will get in here. This is gonna be 3s and 3s. And 3s. That is 2, 4, 6, 7 at -1.
7 at -1. These are going to be 4s. And I'm going to make 4 of them. I'm going to take 3. They've got 6 ups. And I'm going to fail all those. We're going to lose 1 Blood Knight there.
Okay. So after this unit fights, I pick every Source Guard within 1 inch. It looks like only 3 of them. Will roll a die. On a 6 up, you'll take a mortal wound.
Sure.
These are their Source Jaws. Hey, a mortal wound.
Okay, 6 up to block it. And I got rerolling 1s because of the banner. And I block it.
Hey, that seems fair.
My next activation is going to be with that same unit of Blood Knights, and they'll do their pile in. And then when they pile in, they also get to pop those mortal wounds. 2 up for another 2. So a total of 5 mortal wounds from the Riders of Ruin.
Okay, this is going to be 5 6 up wards. Make 3 of them.
Okay, pretty good.
Okay, so.
And all 4 of them are going to put all their attacks into the Source Guard, of course.
Makes sense, since they're the
the only thing I can do. So we got 12 attacks on 3s and 3s. And that is going to be 5 of them at -2.
-2. These guys are 3 up saves now, so that goes to a 5 up. I save 2 of them.
Okay, 2 damage each.
2 damage each, so that is going to be 6 6-up wards from the Astrolith Bearer, and I fail all of those. So currently 3 dead.
Okay, I do have 1 more attack from the champion, of course. He misses though. And then the mount attacks, going to have 12 of them. And these are 4s and 4s. And we've got 2 of those, no red.
3 ups, and I save both of those. I lose all but 1 guy.
And of course, the other unit of Blood Knights was not able to do that because the Kroak and the monster are too many wounds. And then it's your activation.
Okay, so I am going to go with the Troglodon here. He has 2-inch range on all of his attacks.
Okay.
And we are going to spend a command point for all-out attack right here.
Makes sense.
So, Divining Rods is going to be 2s and 4s. 1 hit. And 4 is the wound. 1 wound, -1.
Okay, 4s. Fail it.
D3 for 2.
Okay, 6 ups. Rerolling 1s. Nope, they'll take 2.
Then we have the Taloned Forelimbs. This is 3s and 3s with the +1. Both hit. And 1 wound at -1.
Okay, 4s. Made it.
Cool. And then the Venomous Jaws. This is going to be 3s and 3s, -1, and 6s to hit do 3 mortal wounds.
Sure.
So that is 2 hits, no mortals, and no wounds.
Okay.
So not bad.
Typical Troglodon output there.
Yep.
2 damage. Next activation is going to be back over to me. I'm going to activate the zombies, and they're going to pile in.
I forgot about them.
Just a little bit. And they're going to put their swings in. They got 4 5s and 4s. 2 hits. And 2 wounds. No red.
Hey, I saved them.
Okay.
Okay.
Your activation.
Yep, I have my 1 Kroak left. He does not have the Moonstone Hammer. He just has the Drake Bite Maul.
Okay.
So it's going to be 4 attacks. 4s and 3s. 1 hit. And 1 wound at -1.
Okay. 4 up. Good.
Okay, and he does the Vice-like Jaws. These are going to be on 6s. Take a mortal wound. No.
Okay. My next activation then is with the Askirgan True Blades. They're going to pile in and make all their attacks against the Basilodon. And with their Galatian Veterans rule, easy to get them all in here. And being mindful to stay outside of 9 of the Troglodon for the -1 to hit. So everything's going in. So I've got 14 left in the unit. 2 of them are the Cursed Bloods. We'll do those first. They each get 5 attacks on 4s and 3s. And that is going to be 3 at -2 from the Cursed Bloods.
These are 4 ups. I save 2, fail 1.
Okay. And then the Askirgan weapons from the other 12 are going to be a total of 26 attacks. So 26, these are all going to be 3s and 3s. And those are...
more 2 roll.
There you go. Those are at -1. So we got a total of 13.
So these are going to be 3 ups. Take 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, just 1 damage each. Okay. For now. And then that's it for my regular phase activations. You've just got your 1 activation and strike blast, right?
Yes, I do. And we are going to send this all into the True Blades. It's going to be 20 attacks. Luckily, they stopped bracketing this combat profile. So this is going to be 4s and 3s.
They are -1 to hit and -1 to wound against the True Blades.
Okay, so this is going to be 5s and 4s. 6s to hit, do a mortal wound. Okay. So that is 1, 2 mortals.
Okay. The True Blades did heal the 1 wound that was allocated to them from the hunger, and they'll fail both of those 6 ups.
And 4 ups, so 1 save to make no rend on this.
Okay, 4 up. Gonna make that save, so that is gonna be 1 dead True Blade from that activation.
Okay, and then 3 attacks. These are going to be 4s and 4s because of the -1s.
Sure.
So 1 hit and no wounds.
Okay, the bonus against monsters coming up big there for the True Blades. Yeah, so that's it for our combats. At the end of the combat phase, the Blood Knights kill a model of at least 3 or more wounds. So they are going to be, the big unit is going to be +1 attacks on their main profile for the rest of the game. The other unit of Blood Knights killed models of 2 wounds or less, so they are going to be +1 to their movement for the rest of the game. I feel okay about how things went, but I really would have liked to clean the rest of your Kroak there, and having that one Source guard alive could be significant. Battle Shock.
Which I will spend a command point to keep that one Source guard alive.
Okay, how are the Kroak?
Kroak I can lose on a 6. And I got a 5, so
okay.
We're good.
So, at the end of this turn, I will complete my battle tactic. I've got a vampire unit and a summonable unit holding objectives wholly outside of my territory, and I will hold 1, hold 2, hold more. I've got the 3 that are controlled. They're all controlled by me. So, I'm going to get a full 5-point turn there.
Very nice.
And with how that turn went, with kind of how devastating your turn was, and then how I was able to push very well into your backfield here, feels like this priority roll is really big here.
Yes, it is.
I've got a 3 and a tier 5. You have the choice.
I have no choice.
Sure.
I have to take this.
Sure.
Okay, so for my battle tactic, I'm going to pick Celestial Obliteration.
Okay.
And I am going to pick the unit of 2 zombies. I know you'll be able to bring them back, but zombies aren't the biggest worry that I have in the world right now. For my heroic action, I am going to do the Seraphon heroic action, spatial translocation. So I'm going to remove a unit wholly within 12 of a slan. I'm going to pick this slan and set it up somewhere else. Okay. And I'm going to pick this single guard unit.
Okay.
Or guard model.
1 guard model.
And we are going to hide
it's totally objective.
over here on the objective.
Sure.
Absolutely. It's a game of inches. Rolling with for Kroak and the 2 slan to get extra command points. Looks like I'm picking up 2 more this turn. And you have no heroes to do a
just rub the salt in here.
heroic action. So we will go to my magic. I still have the cogs out, so we will be getting the rerolls.
I've got no unbinds here to stop it.
Okay. And we are going to do my general slam. We are going to attempt to cast Celestial Equilibrium. That goes off on an 8.
Okay.
I have
+1 to cast.
Yeah. So I have a 12. So that will go off. Everybody else will be +1 to cast in addition. Then we will cast Comet Call.
Sure. Get that on an 8, on a 9.
9. Yeah, we'll keep it.
Okay.
D3 units for 3.
Okay. Anywhere on the field?
We'll pick the unit of 2 zombies, the unit of 10 Blood Knights, and the unit of 4 Blood Knights.
Okay.
So, unit of 4 Blood Knights, 2.
6s, rolling 1s. They'll fail both.
The unit of 2 zombies for 2 as well.
Okay. 6s. Made 1. That kills 1 zombie.
Killed 1. And the unit of Blood Knights for 3.
Okay. They've got their 3 6-ups. Made 2. They'll take 1, but that does kill the wounded Blood Knight.
And then he will attempt to cast Shield of the Old Ones. Goes off on a 7. So we are going to attempt to reroll that.
Sure. Fails on a 6.
Yep. And I get it on an 8, 9, 10.
Makes sense.
Okay, so he has a Mortal Wound Shrug of 4.
Sure.
Go to the next one. He will cast Mystic Shield on the Trogodon. Gets it on a 9, 10, 11, 12. So the Trogodon has Mystic Shield once again.
Sure.
He will cast Stellar Tempest. Goes off, and we will put it on True Blades.
Okay. 13 left in the unit.
It's going to be 5 up to Immortal. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Currently.
6 ups. Going to make 2 of those. That's going to kill 2 of the True Blades.
And he will cast Arcane Bolt on himself. Goes off.
Okay.
And then Kroak will do his Kroak thing. Okay, so from the Skink Oracle on Trogodon, we are going to do Cosmic Crush.
Sure.
This goes off on a 7. It's going to be a +1 because of the slam. And I do not get it.
Okay. Fail the cast there.
Okay.
So, as per last time, that's going to get you 18 CPP because you failed the cast this time. You didn't fail one the last time.
Yep, so that puts me at 19 once again.
Okay.
Which is not bad, but not what I wanted. I wanted that sweet, sweet 20.
Sure.
Okay, so we will go to the movement phase. For my movement phase, I got the Trogodon out of there. The Knights are going to mince up that Kroxigor, but that's okay. I did bring the Trogodon back, and then I summoned in, or brought a unit of Skinks down from Mothership there to help block out those Knights if they happen to come around that way. The Bastiladon I left in. The main castle I left where it is. I did spend 16 Celestial Power Points to bring in a unit of Raptidon Chargers to help kind of wipe up those Blood Knights if I can get them in. And I did use the Stave to bring them outside of 7 instead of outside of 9.
Alright, at the end of your movement phase, before you get into shooting, I've got something to do here. I can try to bring back that slain unit of zombies, and since it's your turn, I need a 4-up. And I failed the 4-up.
Okay. So, into the shooting phase, I am going to shoot the Skinks. So, it's going to be 10 attacks plus 1 for the leader. And this is going to be on 4s and 5s.
Okay.
So 4s and 5s for 1.
Okay. Any rend?
Nope.
3-up. They're good.
Skinks ain't doing no rend.
And then the Bastiladon has its shooting.
Yes, it's be afraid, be very afraid shooting. So this is going to be 4 attacks. These are going to be 5s and 6s with the -1 from the True Blades. So 5s hit with 2, and 6s nothing. Now we go to charges. We are going to roll with the Raptidon Hunters.
Okay. They need a 7. They came in outside of 7.
Raptidon Chargers. Yes. So looking for a 7 here. And I kept them close to there so I get a reroll. So I am going to use a command point here to reroll this.
Sure.
And I do not get it.
Okay, so the Chargers are stranded, but they are an effective screen there.
Yes, so they are. They're there to kind of screw things up a little bit.
Yeah.
End of the charge phase for monstrous actions.
Yeah.
We are going to attempt to roar your True Blades again. And I do.
Okay.
No command points for you.
And then they will try to give the Bastiladon fights last on a 2-up, and they don't.
Ooh, look at that. So, I think we're going to attack with them first.
Sure, makes sense. The Bastiladon going in.
Yep.
Again, -1 to hit, -1 to wound here.
So this is going to be 5s and 4s, 6s to hit, do a mortal wound. That is pretty good on the mortals.
6 mortal wounds, pretty spicy.
To wound, these are 4s for 1 of them.
Okay, they've got their 4-up. They're going to make the save, and then 6 mortal wounds, so 6 up here. And I am going to make one of them. I'm going to take 5 damage.
And then 3 more attacks. These are going to be 4s and 4s from the bludgeoning tail. All hit. And 1 wound at -1 on this
Okay,
one.
5s, and they're good.
Cool.
Okay, so 5 total damage to them. That's going to finish off this wounded one and kill another. And then I'm going to put the remaining 2 damage onto one of the Curse Bloods here. I'll go then with the Blood Knights next. They're going to pile in. So I'm going to have 5 of the Blood Knights in. Now I am -1 to hit here because of the Troglodyte Stench, still within 9 inches. I'll be at 4s and 3s here on the attacks, but I have 5 of the Knights in. I don't do any mortals on the pile in here because he's 4 wounds or more, so I can't move over him. But 5 of them in, they're in +1 attacks, so this is going to be a total of 20 attacks. The leader isn't in. So 4s and 3s. That is going to be a total of 7 at -2.
6s here. He is very dead.
Okay. And that is going to heal the 1 damage that was allocated to the Blood Knights.
Not bad for a free unit, I guess.
I'll take it. The True Blades are going to then fight and put all their attacks into the Bastillodon. So we'll do the Elongated Claws and Slavering Maw first. This is going to be 10 4s and 3s.
Pretty good.
Yeah, very good. 3s to wound.
Give me some of those back.
And that is going to be 4 at -2.
Okay, so these are going to be 4-ups. Save 2 of them.
Okay, just 1 damage each. And then 14 attacks from the paired blades, including the paired blades of the leader. And these are going to be on 3s and 3s. Another very good hit roll. Let's see if the wound roll continues. That is going to be 7 at -1.
These are going to be on 3s here. Fail 1 of them. 2 of them, sorry. Go to 9 wounds taken.
Okay, but he survives. And then my damage on the Cursed Blood does heal there from the hunger.
That is all the combats.
I lost 6 True Blades here. I am going to spend to auto-pass them.
And I did not lose anything, so...
The Blood Knights are good. They lost.
The
yeah.
So, that puts me, for scoring, I hold 1, and I score my battle tactic for a saucy 3 points.
Okay.
Not what I was hoping for, but I established a little bit of a defensive position over by my
your home base.
Yeah, my little nook. So hopefully I can withstand a full-on assault from the Blood Knights, and we'll see what happens.
Okay, going into the bottom of 2 for Soulblight here. I don't get a command point, and you do.
I do, and I like it. For this turn, I don't want to dispel my cogs, because it seems just like a nice little blocker that you can't land on for charges. And for heroic action, I am going to Finest Hour on the Troglodon.
We did have a little bit of a video hiccup there, you'll see, but Alex's Troglodon moved out to the flank here. He brought the Skinks in, and then the battles have just continued here. The Kroxigor is dead. All of that hopefully was captured in our zoom-in video, but it's now up and running again. Sorry about that. All right, for my battle tactic, I'm going to take Gaining Momentum, designate the Bastillodon. You did all your heroic action and everything already, right?
Yes, I did.
I don't have anything to do in my hero phase then. Real simple. We can get into movement.
I will take this opportunity to spend a command point to redeploy.
Okay.
Just attempting to get the Troglodon close enough to support the Bastillodon.
Sure. Get that -1 to hit bubble out there that's so big.
So I'm moving 3 inches. That should get me to where I need to be.
Movement phase here, I didn't have a whole lot going on. I brought the Blood Knights up to threaten the Bastillodon and really help to make sure that I get my battle tactic with them. And then I moved my zombies out to help screen out some cheeky teleports and things like that. And then I really pushed into the castle with my unit of Argeist and my unit of Blood Knights. They aren't the hammers I would really love to be swinging into there, but they hopefully will get some good work done, and I'll be able to clean up some of what's back there and threaten some things that Alex is really going to have to deal with. So we'll get into... Oh, also, at the end of my movement phase, I was able to resummon my unit of 10 zombies. They came in from the gravesite back there and took the objective from Alex in the back. They can't charge this turn, though. Into some charges. Gonna attempt first with my big block of Blood Knights. And they are in on a 10. Next charge is going to be with my unit of 3 Blood Knights. They are going 7 inches, and when they do, they're just going to just barely move over this unit of Source Guard. So on a 2-up, D3 Mortals to the Source Guard for 1.
And they will attempt to shrug it off with the Astrolith Bearer, and they do not.
Okay. And then the Vargeist are going to attempt to charge. And they are going to go 6 inches. That's it for my charges. At the end of the charge phase, then, the Askergan are going to try to give the Bastiladon fights last. It's still on a 2-up. They still got 2 Curse Bloods, and they get it.
And for the Bastiladon, we are going to attempt to... I don't think I'm living through this, so I am going to attempt to stomp the True Bloods.
Okay.
On a 2-up? No.
Okay.
So, didn't matter either way.
Alright, Bastiladon's fighting last, so I can worry about him last. The Vargeists are going to go. Alright, all of my Vargeists here are going to put their attacks into the unit of the Raptidon Chargers here. Going to be a total of 10 attacks on 3s and 3s. And 6s here will explode. Into the Chargers. Going to miss 2, no, 1 explosion there. And then 3 to wound. And that is going to be very solid. That is going to be a total of 8 at -1.
These are going to be on 6-up. So I saved 3 of them. What's the damage on these?
They are 2 damage each.
Okay, so it's 2, 4, no.
10 damage?
4, 6, 8, 10. I can count.
You got the 6-up ward, so this unit will likely survive.
They'll survive with 1 wound.
Yeah, 1 wound left. And then it is your activation.
It seems only right that I activate the guard.
Sure.
So, we are going to all-out attack this.
Okay, into the Blood Knights, everything?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you heal all your wounds on the Vargeists?
Yeah. The Vargeists do heal from the hunger there, so that wounded one comes back to full. And so you got 1 guard going into the Vargeist, right? And then the rest into the Blood Knights. So I will go ahead and all-out defense the Blood Knights here.
9 attacks into the Blood Knights. 2s and 3s. And that will be 4 of them at -1.
Okay, the -1 gets canceled by the all-out defense, so these are 3s. And I'm going to fail 1 of those.
1 damage.
Okay, 6 up. And they'll take it.
And into the Vargeist, 2 attacks, both hit, and 3s, both wound at -1.
Okay.
The Vargeist.
The Vargeists are on a 5-up base, so they'll go to a 6-up, and they make it.
Hey. And then we will do the 2 jaws into the Blood Knights, because 1 guy is a little bit farther away.
Sure.
Actually, 2 guys are a little bit farther away. So 2 into the Blood Knights for 1 mortal.
Okay, 6 up. He saves it.
Spiking it. And then 1 into the Vargeists. Nothing. Okay.
My unit of 3 Blood Knights then will go. So these Blood Knights have a total of 10 attacks on 3s and 3s into the guard. So that is a total of 5 at -2.
-2 takes me to a 5-up. Save 2 of them.
Okay, 2 damage each.
So looking for 6s here. And I saved 1 of those. So lose... I have 1 wounded guy, so I lose 3 total there.
And then the mounts, 4s and 4s. 4 hits. That is going to be 2 at no rent.
3 ups here. Save 1, fail 1. 1 damage.
1 damage.
And do not save it. So 3.5 guys die here.
When they piled in, also on a 2-up, A3, another 2 mortal wounds.
6 is here. save 1. So I'm down to 1 friend.
And then the hunger heals that wound on the Blood Knights. And your go.
So I have the Azurite barrier on the, or Azure barrier on the Slan. It's going to be 6 attacks. It's going to be 3s and 3s. 5 hits. And 2 wounds at -1.
Okay, all out defense, 3 ups. Gonna take 1, and then a 6 up. Gonna take 1.
Gonna go over here then with the Askergan True Blades and throw everything they can into the Bastillodon. They are not -1 to hit from the Troglodon, correct?
No, they are not.
Okay.
I'm going to spend a command point to try to save
Sounds good. So
as much as I can.
all out defense on the Bastillodon.
Yep.
So 10 attacks with the Cursed Blood. These are going to be 4s and 3s. That is going to be 3 at -2.
So that goes to a 3-up save. And failed 1.
Okay, just 1 damage. And then 14 attacks from the paired weapons, including the leader, on 3s and 3s. That is going to be a total of 8 at -1.
So these are going to be on 2 ups with the all-out defense. And I failed 2. That's enough to kill him.
Okay. So a bunch pops off on the Aspergon when that happens, but we're not quite at the end of the combat phase yet. But they are going to get +3 to move for the rest of the game, and +1 to their attacks for the rest of the game because of their War Scroll rule that benefits them when they kill monsters. But then at the end of the combat phase, they're also going to get +1 damage for the rest of the game.
Sounds pretty spicy.
And then your activation?
I have 1 Raptidon Charger. He has 3 attacks, 4s and 3s. All hit. And all wound, -1. These are all into the bar, guys.
Okay. 1 hit? Or how many?
3 hits.
3 hits. All at -1. These are going to be 6s. Going to fail all those. 1 damage each.
Yes.
Okay. 6s. And going to fail all those. So that is going to do 3 damage to our guys.
1 more attack.
Sure, with the mount.
No, 1 more attack that I missed.
Oh,
and
okay.
I missed it.
Sure.
And then Serrated Fangs. These are 3s and 3s. All hit. And all wound, -1 as well.
Okay. 6s. 1 damage each.
Yep.
6s. And so that is going to kill one of the Bargeist and put 2 damage on another. And then my last activation is going to be with the Blood Knights who charge. They can make their pile in and do their attacks. So I've got 5 of the Blood Knights in. They are on the charge here, and they do have +1 attacks on their main profile. So this is going to be a total of 21 attacks here. But they are going to be -1 to hit.
So the Skink Oracle is at +3 to save right now from Mystic Shield, Finest Hour, and he has the
Stegodon Helm.
Yes, the Stegodon Helm.
Very nice.
So he is at a staunchy +3 to save.
So these are going to be 21 on 4s and 3s. That is going to be a total of 8, and they're at -2.
So these are going to be on 3s. Save all
Just
but 1.
failed 1. 2 damage on that one.
I will take it.
Pretty happily, really.
I could have done a lot worse.
And I only have 1 of them with the mounts in, so this is going to be 3 attacks on 5s and 4s, 1 hit, and 1 wound Norrend.
And that means I can attack. Now he won't get the bonus damage from the Stegodon Helm because I did not charge, but he will get the potential mortal wounds with the venomous jaws. So Divining Rod, this is going to be on 3s and 4s, but 3s because of Finest Hour. There's 2 hits and 1 wound at -1.
Okay, 4s. Failed it.
D3 or 2.
6s. Take both of them.
Then we have the Talon Forelimbs. These are going to be 4s and 2s. 1 hit and 1 wound, -1.
4s. Good.
And then Venomous Jaws. These are going to be 4s and 2s. 6s do 3 mortal wounds. So there's 3 mortal wounds and That attack is over, and 2s for 2 saves at -1.
Okay, 2 4-ups. Gonna fail both of those.
There's 9 damage in total. With
Okay,
the mortal wound.
solid.
This could be the greatest a Troglodon has ever done.
We got 6-ups rerolling 1s. Gonna make one of them and reroll one of them. Okay, going to take a total of 8 then, plus the ones you already did. That was incredible output for a Troglodon.
For a unit that never has incredible output.
That is going to kill 3 Blood Knights and carry a wound to another. So then at the end of the combat phase, the True Blades are going to get that +1 damage from killing a monster. My units of Blood Knights and Vargeists over here are going to get their +1 to move for killing the things they have. One of them already had that. The Blood Knights already had it, but the Vargeists are now +1 move. And I feel pretty good about that turn. I'm going to hold all of the objectives on the field. And I completed my battle tactic of killing the Bastiladon and holding more. So that's going to be a total of 5 points here.
Yep, so that puts you ahead by...
By 2.
2. Because the potential on my turn to bring units, or bring models back to units, I do want to try to save both of these units. So I am going to spend the command point on the Raptidon Hunter, or Raptidon Charger, sorry, and try to roll for the Saurus Guard.
Sounds good.
So for the Guard, I lost 4. They are Bravery 8. So 4 and below. And we saved them.
Okay. So you end up keeping both of those units alive.
That's what I wanted.
So I took a little bit of a lead there. I got some really good board control going. You killed a lot more Blood Knights than I expected from the Troglodon, but I got the Bastiladon dead, and I feel like I got some control and some momentum here. So let's see what we can do in this priority roll. I got a 5 here, 2.
I got a 2. I feel like you're taking it.
You are absolutely correct. I'm going to take it here and see what I can get done. May not be very much, but I'll get done as much as I can. For my battle tactic here, I'm going to take Desecrate, and I'm going to take it on this piece of terrain right here. Hopefully I can achieve that.
I think you can do it.
And I've got no heroic actions.
For my heroic action here, I am going to do Finest Hour on my my General Slan.
Sure.
I feel like there's the potential there for you to, I mean, you can definitely pile in and do some damage to him if you want. So we're going to do that.
That's the goal. Nothing else in my hero phase. Very simple, straightforward hero phase. We can get into movement.
In the beginning of your hero phase as well, I do want to try to get rid of my cogs
with
my General. Looking for 6, 7, so that's enough.
And that gets you 2 more Celestial Conjuration points.
Yes, it does. Celestial power points.
Power points.
Up to 5. So the Troglodon at the start of the hero phase does heal D3 wounds for 1.
Okay. And then we'll get into movement. Hardly anything in movement here. The Ascarion are really fast now. They've got their 9-inch movement because they got the +3 from killing a monster. So they cruised over, got into position, and they're going to be ready to go in. Into the charge phase, a couple of charges to do here. First, my block of 10 zombies is going to charge that lone Saurus Guard, try to take him out. They got a 7. They're going in. And then the True Blades have their charge. This is a big one. 12. They're going to go where they want. Into the charge phase then, the True Blades are going to try to give Fights Last to the Troglodon on a 2-up still. And they do.
And we will attempt to roar that unit of True Blades.
Sure.
And I don't.
Okay. I'm going to activate first with my Vargeist then. The Raptidon did so much damage to me last time. I want to prevent that and get the hunger off here to save that wounded Vargeist. So they're going to pile in, put all their attacks into the Raptidon here. I'm going to have a total of 7 attacks. And these are going to be on 3s and 3s. 6s explode. That is going to be an incredible roll. 3 extra. Need to do 1 damage here, so that's going to have to get there. 3s to wound. Wow, yeah. It's not the time for it, but I'll take it. That's a total of 9.
He's dead.
Okay.
Right, there's a rend on that, right?
Yeah, and that's... they only did 1 damage to that unit because there was only 1 damage remaining, but it is going to heal 1 to the Vargeist. Your go.
We're actually going to activate the Slan right now.
Okay.
Try to peel 2 more wounds off of a Blood Knight before he goes into the guard and heals it back up.
Makes sense.
So we're going to spend a command point here for all out attack.
Okay.
We'll put these on 2s and 3s. Oh, 3 1s. That hurts. And 3s for 3 of them at -1.
3 4-ups. Gonna make 2 of those, and then a 6-up. Nope.
And nothing you can do about that.
Yep, so that will take 1. Gonna activate with this unit of Blood Knights then, the 3 of them, and pile in with them. And the pile in on a 2 does 1 mortal wound.
Don't save that.
So with the pile in here, I've only got 1 of them into the Slann. The other 2 are going to go into the Temple Guard, so we'll do the Temple Guard ones first. Got a total of 7 attacks into him on 3s and 3s. And that is going to be 3 at -2.
I saved 2 of them.
Okay, just 1 damage then.
And I don't save that. He's a dead guy.
Okay. And then the one that was into the Slann, just with the Templar Blades, 3 3s and 3s, 3 hits, 2 at -2.
Okay, so that puts him on a 5. 5 ups, save
He's
them
good.
both.
That's it for that activation. I will heal 1 wound.
I'm going to activate the Source Guard into the zombies.
Got it.
3 attacks with the leader. This is going to be 3s and 3s for nothing.
Okay.
That seems about right.
Okay, so we'll then pile in and fight with the Blood Knights first.
Okay, we are spending the all-out defense here,
Okay,
as
makes
I'm
sense.
sure you assumed.
Yep. So everything's going to get in. 3 horses are in, and they are on +1 attack.
So with the Stegodon helm, the Mystic Shield still, and the all-out defense, I am still on a +3 to saves.
I will be -1 to hit with everything here too. So we've got 21, 4s, and 3s.
Be nice to me.
3s to wound. 9 at -2.
So it's going to be 3 ups here. Failed 1 of those.
Just 1 damage because they're no longer on the charge.
Okay, so I go to 2 wounds taken total so far.
Okay, and then the horses, 4s and 4s, 5s and 4s, excuse me, because of that -1 to hit. There's going to be just 1 of them. All right.
And we're good.
Okay. And then I've got the True Blades. They are on +1 attack each and +1 damage each. I am going to spend all-out attack on them because you did fail the roar on them.
I did fail the roar.
So I'm now at 12 attacks on the Curse Bloods. And the all-out attack is canceled by your -1 to hit, so these are 4s and 3s. That is going to be 4 at -2.
So this is going to be 3 ups, and we failed 1 of those.
Okay, it's up to 2 damage now. And then I've got 20 total attacks with the True Blades with the paired weapons. So this is going to be 3s and 3s with the +1/-1. But you're going to have 2 up saves, I think, sir.
Yeah. 1 more. 2. Cool. I should theoretically live here, but now that I said that.
You should live. So we've got a total of 7 only at -1.
And we're good.
Okay. Got a total of 20 attacks then from the zombies going back into the Saurus Guard, and these are going to be on 5s and 4s. 4s to wound. That is a stellar roll. That is actually 6 of them at no rend.
This is going to be 3 ups, and he's dead.
Okay. Alright, now we are in the Strike's last phase.
Okay, so the Troglodyte will attack into the Blood Knights.
Okay.
This is 2 attacks, 3s and 4s. Both hit. Both wound
Okay.
at -1.
Okay, they're going to be 4s. Fatal to 1.
D3 for 3.
Okay, 6s. Going to re-roll the 1s. And going to pass 1 of those, so they'll take 2.
And then the Talon forelimbs, 4s and 3s here. 1 hit. And 1 wound at -1.
Force. Good.
And then Venomous Jaws, this is 3 attacks. 4s and 3s. 6s do 3 more. So nothing there.
Okay. That's more like the Troglodon we expect.
Yeah, that feels right.
But still a really good turn for you. I did almost nothing to the Troglodon. All I really accomplished was killing a couple of Source Guard and a Raptidon. Definitely not the sort of output I would have liked. I did get my Desecrate, and I hold all the objectives, so I am going to have a 5-point turn here.
Yes, so I have to figure something out here, and I think I have an idea.
Okay, so we'll go bottom of 3 for Seraphon.
So I'm worried about falling a little bit too far behind on points here, and the only way I can really think to kind of stem the bleeding is to teleport one of my Slan onto an objective,
Sure.
and then take advantage of doing 2 battle tactics in 1 turn.
Makes sense.
So at the beginning of my hero phase, I am going to teleport the non-general Slan. We're going to contest this objective back here, and that will allow me to pick 2 battle tactics this turn instead of 1.
Both the heroic action and battle tactics happen at the start of the hero phase, so you get to choose the order on it.
So for my 2 battle tactics this turn, I am going to pick Eye for an Eye and Gaining Momentum.
Okay. And which unit are you going to pick for gaining momentum?
I am going to pick the Vargeists.
Okay.
They're a little bit less wounds.
Yeah, makes sense.
Makes sense to me. So, and then at the start of my hero phase, I am going to attempt to get extra command points from the Slan and from Kroak. This is going to be on 4s. I get 2 extra command points.
Okay.
The first turn was like a cascade of command points, and ever since then,
It's still pretty good.
yeah. So I'm going to attempt to cast Chronomantic Cause with the General, and I get it on a 7.
Okay.
8.
8 total.
And then we will attempt to cast Celestial Equilibrium. That goes off on a 9, 10, 11. And we will attempt to cast Comet's Call. That's a 6. 6 is a failure.
Okay.
So we will re-roll with the...
Of course.
yeah, with the... I mean, I have to at this
Now
point.
we want that miscast.
Yeah. And we get it with more than a...
More than a 10.
10.
D6
So
units.
D6 units is where 1 comes in. And I got 5. So Vargeists are looking at 2 currently.
6s. Okay.
Blood Knights right next to them are looking at 3.
6 is re-rolling ones. They'll take all 3.
Zombies are looking at 2. The True Blades are looking at 2 as well. And the unit of Blood Knights with the Troglodon are looking at 1.
Okay. So 2 on the zombies, 6s. That's 1 dead zombie. 2 on the True Blades. That is going to be 1 dead True Blade. And then 2 on the Blood Knights. And that is going to finish off this Blood Knight.
We will go into the Slan closer to the zombies.
Okay.
He will attempt to cast Mystic Shield.
Okay, he's on +2. Got it.
5. We will put that on the Troglodon once again.
Sure.
He will attempt to cast Stellar Tempest, which I get.
Yeah, it goes on.
And we'll put it onto the zombies.
Okay, 9 of them left in that unit.
5 ups do a mortal wound. That is
That's
1,
spicy.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, 5 6-ups. And I'm going to pass 2 of those and take 3.
Hey, that ain't bad. And then we will cast Arcane Bolt, and we get it.
Okay.
And then we will go into the Troglodon. The Troglodon is going to cast his War Scroll spell, Primordial Mire. It's not going to do anything here, but it will help me get points.
Sure.
So, looking for a 7, I get a 6 plus the 1 from Celestial Equilibrium
Goes
to
off.
give me a 7. And then Kroak will do his Celestial Deliverance.
Yeah. So how many points do you get there?
So I got everything off, so that would be 19 points plus the 5 I already had.
Sure, up to 24.
24 points. Not bad. And we can go to movement phase from there.
Okay.
So for my movement phase, I brought the Astrolith Bearer up to grab this objective here. I auto-advance my Skinks an extra 6 inches, which makes them a 14-inch move to grab the objective in the back. And then after I teleported during the hero phase with the Slan, I summoned in a unit of warriors to take this objective up here from the zombies. Cost me 20 points, so I'd be back down to 4. Shooting phase, I just have the Troglodon.
Sure. Where is he putting him?
He'll put him into the Blood Knights. The True Blades hasn't been very helpful or very good for me to attack into so far.
Sure.
So this is going to be 3 attacks, 3s and 3s, 6s do mortals, and nothing there.
Okay.
Charge phase, I'm just going to attempt to charge with the warriors who were able to teleport inside of 7 with the stave.
Makes sense.
And we get there.
We're in.
And then I will attempt to roar the True Blades, which I don't.
Okay. I will attempt to give the Troglodon fights last again, and I don't. Failed it.
The second time.
Yeah.
I think we fight into the Blood Knights first with the Troglodon.
Okay.
Just to attempt to stay alive.
Sounds good.
So 2 attacks with the Divining Rod, 3s and 4s here. Both hit. And 1 wound at -1.
Okay. 4. They fail it.
D3 for 2.
6s. Take both of them.
Taloned Forelimbs, 4s and 3s. Both hit. And no wounds on that one. And then Venomous Jaws, these are 4s and 3s. 6s do mortals. So that's 3 mortal wounds on one of the hits. And no wounds any other way.
Okay, 6s. Going to pass one of them and re-roll one of them and pass that one. So they're just going to take 1 from that.
Very nice.
Alright, I'll activate with my zombies. I've got 6 of them. So it's going to be a total of 12 attacks on 5s and 4s. 4's wound, 2, no rend.
That is going to be a 3. Yes, 3 up here because we're contesting an objective. And save 1, fail 1.
Okay.
And we will go into the zombies with the warriors.
Okay. I'll go ahead and scoop them. You're definitely going to clean them. They will have their mortal wound kickback attempts, though. 6 dice here looking for 5s. And going to get just 1 of them. 1 mortal wound.
Okay, that peels a warrior off.
Sure.
Okay, and then we go into your True Blades.
Yeah. Well, I'll do my Blood Knights first. They'll make their pile in.
And I will use a command point for all-out defense here. Get me back up to that +3.
+1 each, so a total of 13 attacks here from the Blood Knights. And these are going to be on 4s and 3s. And then we got the mount attacks. 5s and 4s. That is going to be 1. They're hitting like zombies. No rend.
That's a save.
Okay. Next up, I'll go with the True Blades. They'll make their pile-ins and put all their attacks into the Troglodon. I'm going to have 12 attacks with the Curse Bloods on 4s and 3s. Up to 5s and 3s because of the -1 to hit. Spicy hit roll, though.
Pretty good.
That is going to be 4 at -2.
3 ups, and we save them.
Okay, and then the rest of them, including the leader, 17 attacks. And these will be 4s and 3s. And that is going to be a total of 5 of them at -1.
3 ups here. So fail 1.
2 damage.
2 damage.
And that's it.
So I will hold 1, hold 2, hold more. and I will get gaining momentum and eye for an eye.
Yeah. So total of a 7-point turn there. Very good. Ties us up at 15. And we'll have a priority roll for round 4. I've got a 4 to your 5. Yeah. You got the turn there. I'll concede it at that point. There's no way I'm going to come back from this. Good game, Alex.
Yep, very good game.
I think in a lot of ways it really hinged on that Vordry turn in top of 1. And then the priority roll that followed right after. I feel like the game could have been very different with those. But the output here from Kroak is just undeniably good, right?
Yeah, I think this there's a diminishing return with having 2 Slan and Kroak. I think maybe dropping 1 Slan would have been better in this case because there's just no board presence to this list.
Right.
If I didn't back into killing Vordry and the Necromancer, leaving you with no heroes, and then peeling off most of the zombies, and just like spiking rolls, it would have been very different. So I think average rolls, this list would not have done as well for the first 2 turns, and then I'm basically wiped out. So it was very fun and interesting to play a list like this. I don't usually play like a summoning Mortal Wound spam list. That's not. I mean, Lumineth doesn't summon, but just having nothing on the board and then having to bring it all in later is way different to what I'm used to.
Right. The Troglodon was just incredible, obviously. If it folds, if it isn't the durable piece that it is here, if it goes down, then your ability to project over to this side of the board is really nil, right? And so you'd have to start teleporting things, moving your Slans out of the castle, do summoning on this side of the board to have even some board presence, which I would have felt really good about. But the fact that he was able to just tar pit the Knights, tar pit the True Blades, even with all their buffs, was really just something that I couldn't get past, right? They got through the Bastiladon pretty easily, and then the Troglodon just walled them off.
Yeah, and the Troglodon in the old book was kind of a joke.
For sure.
To bring.
For sure.
He has some output. It did 6 wounds to your Knights in 1 turn, which is more than I think I've done
very good.
Ever. But just being able to cast Celestial Deliverance 4 times through him and kind of pick off your back line.
Yeah, that's all you really want, right? You just want him to be there and not die. And he did that admirably. You were able to keep me out of combat with him for a couple of turns. And then when I did get in, he just stood there. He just took it. So that's radically different than what he would have been in the old book, right? The -1 to hit bubble is really, really impactful.
Yeah.
And then, everything that he had before, plus that -1 to hit bubble and the casting just having gotten better, then the Here Phase Teleport is just incredible.
Yeah, casting getting better just makes him better by, by proxy. I would be interested to run him in a coalesced army with Kroak and see how well. I mean, you're not teleporting him, so maybe a skink priest.
You're playing a different sort of battle plan then, though, right? You're really just moving up behind the front lines and giving those durable source units the -1 to hit.
Yep. Starborn is strong. I think leaning this far into the magic side, it obviously against certain armies it's just going to lose right away. This was a really interesting match. After turn 1, it was like, how does he come back? And then during turn 2, it's like, oh, that's how. pretty much just like this. So
I felt like obviously the top of 1 went as badly as it could have gone for me, but I felt like I still had some real chances in this one. And if we played it again, I'd make some different decisions and have a real, some real play into it. And maybe it wouldn't break my way, but I'd feel better about it. Just understanding better what the new Seraphon book can do, and understanding better what my book can do, because this is still very new to me as well. Obviously, I should have just screened out Vordry from the melee charge. I just dramatically underestimated what was going to get through there. I expected that after your Mortal Wound phase, I was going to take 8 Mortal Wounds, something like that.
And then heal them all back up.
And then heal them all back. If you did come in, heal them all back with the hunger. So I would have felt great about that. But you got there with 16 and just tore them down. So that's frightening, right? So obviously should have screened him off on the backboard. I didn't and got punished. Gotta understand what your opponent can do much better than that.
Fun game though, definitely.
Yeah, interesting one. Very back and forth.
Yeah.
Like I said, it felt like I had some real play down the middle, and obviously once the Salon gets there and starts turning out 2 battle tactics a turn, though, I'm gonna fall short. They're never gonna be able to keep up there.
Yeah, well, and that's the only way I had to catch up from my point deficit earlier.
You still would have got me because you were just gonna clean me here. But,
yeah.
So yeah, good game, Alex.
Awesome, very good game.
Well, thanks everybody for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Always great to see these new battle tomes on the board, and especially these kind of radically different lists than what was being run before. And we appreciate you hanging out, watching, listening to us. And if you've got any comments, we'd love to hear them down in the comments below. We'd also love if you joined our Discord and gave us your feedback there. That's linked down below. As this video gets published, our Spring Rubicon tournament is going on. We're right in the middle of it when this video comes out. So shout out to the people who really helped us to make that into a great event and a growing event. So Hobby Nights in West Bend, Wisconsin. Thank you to Sean there. And thank you to Andy from Gray Matter Gaming. They sponsored us with some great prize support for that event. So thank you to them, and thank you to everybody involved in it.